Good morning, beautiful people. How you doing? How you doing? Let's have a face-to-face conversation. As I clean my face. I done exfoliated, y'all, so I wasn't on camera for the exfoliation, so I'm just gonna stop it from right here. So, when I decided to come on this vlog to have a face-to-face conversation with you, I thought about what would I talk about today. Honestly and true, I didn't have a set topic, but while I was taking a shower, something just kind of appeared to me, and I want to talk about it. And this may be a sensitive topic, but hey, we're grown. Let's just own it. Can we own it for a little minute? Okay, I just want to make sure. That we can own it. Sometimes you grieve the old life that you had because you're not used to the new life that you have. Sometimes you grieve the old life that you had because you're not used to the new life that you have right now. That was a word. That was a word already. If I don't say nothing else on this vlog, that was it. That was it. I realized a couple of years back, I was in a different transition. I want to say it had to be about 4 years ago. Yeah. Because me and my ex broke up for 4 years. Have we been broken up for, no, maybe going on 5. Either way, we've been broken up past 3 years. And that emotional breakthrough, not breakup, but breakthrough, taught me a lot of things about myself and about grieving. And that grieving is not always when somebody dies. Sometimes grieving is the familiarity of what you used to be or what you used to have or how it used to be. And so many times we don't talk about the transition of grief and how it can come back in waves. Some people call it grief, some people call it depression, some people call it anxiety, whatever you want to call it. I'm not a medical professional. I'm just the emotional intelligent coach. I'm telling you from the emotional standpoint of things. Grieving comes in waves. Grieving is not always a bad thing because it helps you kind of transition over to your new life, but it's still painful. It still brings up a lot of harsh memories and some good memories. Some grief brings good memories of what something used to be. One thing about me, in my 30s, I'm starting to acknowledge that sometimes I'm starting to acknowledge that grief is necessary for the journey that I'm on. It's like cleaning your face. You have to make sure that you get off all the dead skin so you can go back and hydrate the new skin. And so many times, in so many ways, we are afraid to go through the peaks and valleys of grief because we don't think that we deserve to go through the things that we're going through. We don't believe that we deserve to have to endure hard times, hardships, breakups, new jobs, fired jobs, new careers, new kid, new relationship, you name it. All of it's grieving because we get so accustomed to how life used to be, how we used to navigate through life, and how easy it was to stay in that position. But in my prayer time, me talking to God, me understanding God, He told me that you have to grieve the old life that you had so that you can walk in the abundant life that you want and that you desire and that you pray for. And sometimes I think we forget about that we pray for these things, that we pray for the newness to come, but then afraid of it. And then like, oh my God, this is so hard. But you pray for it. You pray for that new life. You pray that you wanted to see growth. You pray that you wanted to see change. But you did not pray to God and ask God or the higher power, whoever you pray to give me the understanding and the grace to grieve the familiarity of what I used to have. Familiarity will keep you in a place of stagnation and complacency. And we're getting too old to be stagnant. We are too old to stay in a stagnant state. And I'm going to be honest with you. There have been so many times in my life that I had to grieve the things that no longer serve me no more. I had to grieve, hey, this relationship doesn't work for me anymore because it's not growing. And we're not growing together. I had to grieve, being a part of an education team that was traveling around the world, doing great things because their vision of the head was not aligning with the vision that I had for my life. Okay? I had to grieve the imperfections that I had when it came down accepting my skin and understanding that my black is beautiful, my black is radiant. I had to grieve those things because I was so familiar with feeling all those different emotions, all those things that wasn't even true. And my mind conditioned itself to think that that was true, and I sat in it. And when I finally was able to get out of it, I was so happy. I was so full of joy. I was like, oh my God, I'm out of this. I'm out of these situations and all this stuff like that. And then grief came. Okay. Then it showed this beautiful face. I'm not going to call it ugly because it's beautiful face and say, hey, you know what? We're going to take you down memory lane. Okay. We're going to take you through there. Jesus Christ. And when grief took me there, it took me there. And instead of running from it, I faced it. And I told grief, hey, you're allowed to come here a vacation, which means just for a little bit of time. Then your ass got to go. You got to get up out of here. And I can't tell you how freeing it is to know that I allow grief to come in and I allow grief to leave me. I give it the grace to come in, to feel what I need to feel, to express the emotion, to be self-aware. And I exhale the things that no longer serve me in that grief period. And every grief is different. Every cycle of grief is different. But everything has a same common denominator. Grief reminds you of the old version of you that you prayed to God or the higher power or whoever you want to call it to release you from and move you past. And I think we need to give grief a little credit. I think we need to give it a little credit because if we don't have those things that trick our mind or trigger something in our mind, we'll be stagnant. We won't grow. We won't be happy. And we won't see things from a different life. So if I can leave you with anything today, number one, allow yourself to grieve the things that no longer are here. Allow yourself to feel those feelings. Allow yourself to sit in it and face it. Number two, don't look at grief as a bad thing. Look at grief as a transition into the life that you deserve. Do not look at grief as a bad thing. Look at it as a tunnel to the greatness that you asked for. And number 3, I hope when you allow grief to vacation there, that you meet it head on, face forward, clean face, clean surface, and tell grief, thank you for coming into my life, for allowing me to see it and to see you. And thank you for departing from me. And in every lesson, in every blessing, and in every turn, and every turmoil, I know that I did the best I could with what I have. And I understand that grief is a blessing, not a distraction. Okay? So listen, if you like this video, comment, subscribe, give me some feedback. And thank you for allowing me to just be vulnerable with y'all today while I cleanse and moisturize my face. And with that being said, I love you. I'm rooting for you. And I hope that you, whoever it may be, have a phenomenal day on purpose. And thank you for having a face-to-face conversation with me.